Hi, I'm John, and this is part 34 of my playthrough series of Valheim Call to Arms with mods. Hello, and welcome back to Valheim. In the previous part, we explored a bit, started from the Hilder's camp, and then we ran through the plains. We actually ran into Yagdhaleth's altar pretty much straight away, which is kind of crazy. And yeah, then we made it up north where we were originally going to in the first place, which is this mountain. And we found a lot of cool stuff here, like a Dverger camp and some houses. We found a treasure chest here, and we found a Vekvisir motor, and the altar of motor is on the very same mountain. So yeah, there is a lot of stuff on this mountain here, so I think it's a good idea to build a base there, and we're gonna do it right there where I placed the portal in the previous parts. And yeah, so far I'm calling it the Mountain Hall, but that might change if I come up with a better name. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave the coin and the valuables here. I'm not gonna need them out there. And then I'm gonna eat, and then we will head out and start restoring the mountain halls. I left everything that I need into this box, but I guess we are just gonna have to find out if that will do, or if I'm gonna need something else. So I have materials for a stone cutter and a lot of stone, because yeah, I need to start with fixing up the stone foundations. So let's go ahead and place this down. And then we will get to building. I want to try to keep the previous aesthetic, if possible. I don't actually know if this is necessary, since the other side doesn't have it either. Let's put all of this into the backpack. Let's see. So I guess I could just put down one of these, and then that, those, Alright. These are not really connecting for some reason. It's hard to say what the original idea has been here. I'm trying to keep the original feel to it, but I have no idea what the plan has been here. Okay. Wait, what? Why aren't they connected to... Something happens here. I don't know if this needs support beams. There we go, that's better. Alright, that's a bit strange, but it's gonna have to do. Alright. I think we're gonna close this side off. Let's actually make sure that this connects. I mean, it's not the prettiest. Let's see if that would work. Alright, this is a bit tricky because, well, I guess you should be able to fit one of these in there. What's going on with the wall here? It's not really perfectly connected, which is unfortunate. Let's see how that would look. I'm out of wood already. Alright, let's cut down some trees then. Alright. All right. Seriously? Okay. This wood is not gonna last too long, but let's just use that first and then think of getting more after this has been used. Let's see. Alright, just enough for the wood beams. I actually should put down a chest. Would make my life a bit easier with the building process. Alright, it's getting dark, which is maybe not the best of things out here. I think I'm just gonna do a single wall and then the roof after that. And just kind of see how it turns out. I can already tell it's gonna be a different type of build, because yeah, some of these pieces are just not connecting the way that I would like them to. And I don't think there's much that I can do about that. I guess I can just forget about that build piece and do a normal wall here. Where did that go? Alright. Does not look good, but if it works, then it works. But that's a big if. Alright, so let's do... Well, first of all, let's put down a chest now. And let's actually just leave the stones and the wood. And I think I'm gonna take the rest to the Forsaken Shore before I continue. I'm gonna have to bring some crystal if I wanna continue the window that's halfway there, but it seems I don't actually have any more crystal. There's some fighting going outside. But I guess that's to be expected in the nighttime. Oh, can't really see anything. Right, I think I'm gonna go and sleep over the night. Alright, good morning, day 87. I think it's gonna be another day of building. And maybe I should actually plant some trees before I continue building. Because the ones that I've previously planted don't seem to have grown. I think they got destroyed by winter. So let's plant some more. Alright, I think that's all I had. Yep. Let's pick up some dandelions. Since we've got them. And some mushroom. Definitely gonna use this mushroom to plant more. All right. Everything is blooming. Ain't that wonderful? Oh. My boar has died, it seems. I was wondering where it was. That explains it. Rest in peace. Alright, I'm never getting boars again. I think it's clear that I'm not fit to have them. Can't really take care of them. Alright, let's just plant more of these. So next time we'll get even more. There we go. Alright. Let's get the cultivator back inside. And I think all of this stuff goes up here. Okay. And I guess I do need more wood, so I could get some from here. I think it's easier to find it here. Alright. Okay, let's see. I'm hoping that's enough. I hope it's not gonna be a long process to get the mountain halls finished up. Because I am also eager to fight Moder. But I guess since Yagluth is also so close to the mountain halls, that it might work as a base of operations for progressing in there as well. But we'll see. I'm spending so much time here in the Forsaken Shore that it kind of feels strange to be building another base, but it's good to have backup, right? I wonder if I have enough materials to build a forge. I'm sure I do. I just need copper and coal basically, so let's grab that as well. then for these sconces, I'm gonna need more copper as well. Let's just take that amount with me. And then the coal. Let's see if that's enough. I would certainly hope that it is. And I guess that's pretty much it. I probably want to craft a bonfire in there as well at some point, but maybe not the first thing that I put down. But yeah, let's see. Let's just try to finish the construction of the base, and then we'll see what comes after that. So I don't know if I should build another wall in between here. I guess it would make the base stronger, but then it would of course cost a lot more as well. Let's just see what would happen if I started out like this. Alright, it's already getting a bit wonky over here. But let's see where this takes us. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this, because it's gonna leave gaps, which are gonna be a bit more difficult to cover up. Let's see. Yeah, I think this whole project is gonna fall apart due to it just being an odd shape in a way. Yeah, it's gonna look pretty ridiculous like this. Alright, I'm gonna need a lot more crystal to be able to finish this window here, but to be honest, that's the least of our problems. Because, yeah, this shape is just a bit too weird to work with, I think. Yeah, I guess I could tear everything down and rebuild it, but I don't know if there's any points to that. Alright, let's think about this. If I keep it like it is, I'm probably gonna want to move the portal up here. Add some stones around here. There we go. Maybe something like this could work. Alright, it's not terrible. It's not perfect. It's barely good. I don't know if it's even that. It is pretty ugly, to be honest. But I mean, it has some sort of a charm to it, I guess. Alright, so let's fix this table thing over here. And I guess I should move the workbench now. In a way, I think it might work here, because this is kind of like the innkeeper's area, I guess. I'm trying to think about how this build is being thought about, or what they were thinking when they built this. Alright. I'm gonna see how long it takes for the wolves to get in here. I'm sure they'll get in eventually, but let's see how long that takes. And I guess while we wait, might as well light up the place. Alright, that's pretty cozy. Guess I could have just some torches on the stones here. Oh, did they? Oh, they did. I don't have any foods on me. Alright, that was bad. Almost died. Still probably about to. Let's see. Alright, they come from that side. Right. Okay. So it's not very safe. I guess we figured that out. Alright. And of course, What? Oh. Okay. Let's see if we can fix this up. That was definitely a bit, well, not just a bit, but full panic mode. When I realized my food had ran out and I was about to die, pretty much. Alright. I just realized that we don't have a fire in here, which is a problem. I don't really know where I would put a fire. I guess if I kept this open, I could have placed a fire here. But since I didn't, I think it's gonna fill the entire house with smoke. If I were to put a fireplace down here. But I don't really see any other place where we could put it, so I guess I don't really have a choice. So let's move this up here. We're gonna have to move both of these up there as well, I think. And let's see if we can still breathe after I put down a hearth in here. Let's tidy this up a bit. Alright, still looks a bit wonky, but I guess that's about the best we can do. I don't know if we need two of these tables. One is probably enough. And I think that's gonna be it. The smoke definitely builds up here. It's not really ideal. But what can you do? yeah, I don't really have a solution for this. So we're just gonna have to live with it. At least we're not freezing, so there's that. But I don't know if suffocating from smoke is any better. But I guess we're gonna find out. Alright. I kind of feel like this didn't really work out the way I would have liked it to, but I guess not everything can always work out, so yeah. I mean, it's not the ugliest build ever, but it's definitely not the prettiest one either. That's for sure. But yeah, I think the mountain halls are pretty much done. That's the best I can do with this. Maybe if we find something else on this mountain, we will consider moving the portal over there. But yeah. That took about an hour to build, so I think that's gonna be it for this part. Just gonna store away these items. You know, we've got some... Actually got a lot of gear to identify. But I don't really know if I need any swamp gear. So I'm just gonna sacrifice it to get the magical materials out of that. And I need more silver up here. I actually have a lot of mountain gear to identify, so let's go ahead and do that. I think I'm gonna use most of my silver in this, but that's fine, I think. Alright, let's hope we get something good. A frostener would be awesome. A scythe would be pretty much useless. Crystal hearth. I don't know about that. I don't know. Actually, I think the only thing I might need is the frostener. And of course, if I get some armor with some cool enchants on it, then I'll definitely take it, but let's see. Alright, 2 Fang Spears, ATR Leech, Impune Spirit damage, physical damage dealt and spear skill increased. Alright, we'll keep that one. A decent shield. Block stamina usage reduced and block increased when health is critical. And a silver sword with physical damage increased. It's pretty nice. And more parry. Okay, I think I'm actually gonna use that one. And let's just go ahead and sacrifice this Fang Spear. That was just terrible. Let's leave some of these items in here. Sort out the rest. I should have left the wolf trophies. Oh. Didn't mean to do that, but let's see if I just throw these wolf trophies on the ground. If they... Yep, they found their way to the other side. It's nice. Let's put the valuables in here. I'm gonna leave the sword that I'm not gonna use in there. That's gonna take a long time. Yeah. Let's change the bronze headgear to the fang spear. And I already have a silver shield, but I don't know if you can have too many of those. Let's put that in the chest. Alright, we got some cooked lox meat. Let's throw that in there. And I think I'm just gonna reclaim the materials of this bronze headgear. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this part. So yeah, we pretty much just built the mountain halls, and yeah, now we have a safe haven in there, I guess, even though it didn't really keep us safe when the wolves attacked. So yeah, we're gonna have to rethink about using those mountain halls, but yeah, it is what it is. In the next part, I think we're gonna continue exploring the mountain. We're probably gonna head towards Motor's altar and look around, see what we got there. And maybe we will prepare for the fights. I think I should be well equipped to face off against Motor, so yeah. But I think in the next part we're just gonna scout ahead and see what we got there, and maybe in the part after that we might already face off against Motor, but that remains to be seen. But for now, it's time to bid you farewell, so thank you for watching, like the video if you liked it, and stay tuned for more Valheim.